Hey folks, got back from GenCon this last weekend. So it's been a week now, but at GenCon this year, um, somehow our GM list thing I didn't quite work at first, and so I had to scramble to make sure I had enough slots to make sure I had enough gaming time to get close to what I had said. Hey, I can do this many hours, and in the process of doing that, I ended up doing a Call of Cthulhu, excuse me, intro scenario demo called the Necropolis. And Todd, the guy in charge of all the games from Chaosium, had asked me last year, must have been GenCon last year, if I would do Necropolis for them because something happened with the GMs they had, and there was a slot open. So I said, sure, yeah, I can do that. It's 7th edition. It's all the quick start rules. So I went through the quick start rules real quick and got a feel for it. Because the base underlying engine is the basic role playing system. So it's pretty consistent across, same basic ideas, skills, stats, percentages, that kind of thing. So yeah, I can do a demo. That's not your problem. 2 hours, that's easy. So did a demo last year, Necropolis, and this year I need some more hours, so I did a demo of Necropolis this year. And so I thought I'd go ahead and add a playlist for Call of Cthulhu stuff. Since I'm not getting a bite for RuneQuest at all in my local area, I'm thinking about maybe now that Gen Con's over and I can refocus, trying to throw a lure out there for Call of Cthulhu, see other folks are interested in playing that. Because I have an idea for a campaign with Call of Cthulhu that's more along the lines of the Dresden Files. But we'll see how that goes. Who knows? But anyway, the Necropolis, Gen Con 2018. This was Thursday night, first day there. Thursday was a really easy day for me. I didn't have a whole lot going on. So I did a lot of the walking around, buying stuff and that kind of thing. But I had a game from 10 to midnight. Oh, yeah. For the Necropolis Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. So I get there, and there's a mixed party. I think there's like 3 or 4 folks that knew each other, and then a couple of singles that didn't know anybody. And while that can, at times, create some dynamic, because some people are more hesitant playing with people they don't know. I'm that way. And there are other people who, show off is not the right word, but they want to shine in front of other people. There we go. People they don't know. And we had some of that going on. It was three guys, 2 guys and a girl, who knew each other, had played before together, and that kind of thing. And they were more on the subdued side. So as I was GMing or keeping, I had to pull on them some more. And there was one guy who played the archaeologist who was trying to always be in the thick of things. So he thought he was the leader of the expedition, which is, reasonable. There's reasonable as a PC to think the archaeologist is in charge. The dilettante, whatever, the girl, is funding the dig, so she's actually in charge. And she, knew that. Let him play his little game about what he thinks. A couple times she came out and said, hey, I'm in charge. Let's do this. Hey, I'm in charge. Let's get out of here. That kind of thing. So there was some of that kind of player dynamic going on, which was not an issue. But the player that's playing the girl would, on occasion, write me notes and stuff because there's this notebook they found, and she was convinced that it was mythos material and needed to be destroyed. So when the linguist, who was the one who actually had the journal for a while, because he could speak German, read and write German, and did some translating, got involved with some other things, she relieved him of that and then destroyed it. But the scenario starts out the same. I'm not going to go into too much details. I don't want to ruin it. I'm more interested in things for me as a GM to remember and that kind of thing. And one was it was playing off some of the player dynamic, because the archaeologist, thinking he's in charge, would blast off and do things. And then when the other players were like catching up or doing something else, they'd find something, or something would happen. And so he'd want to be right there in the thick of things. Well, you're over there checking out that stone door and the statues, they're over here doing this thing. Eventually, I get him back over there because that's what he wants to do, get back in the thick of things. So there's that kind of player dynamic that uh, wasn't really an issue, but it was something to address, to keep a handle on, to keep a balance in the party. Pulling some folks out, pushing some folks back, that kind of thing. But these players, they ran into the bad guy and took him out. And that was the one thing, the issue that I am seeing with both role playing and Glorantha, and with both this one scenario, Call of Cthulhu, that's the one I played or run, is the bad guys seem to go down way too easy. I couldn't believe it. I figured these fights would need to be fights, especially the RuneQuest. But so I'm starting to massage things to help beef up these monsters because I can't believe how easy they are to go down. Same thing. So same thing in this game with this bad guy. In the last game, the bad guy went down fairly quick. Not completely easy because he took somebody out. Well, I didn't think he hit him pretty hard. I think he broke his leg or something. But I don't know how with the rules they do that because they don't have locations and stuff. But anyway, so they take the monster down and they continue to go deeper into the dig, and they know they're looking for something to make sure this monster doesn't come back in. And that's one of the first things I did is, okay, this monster regenerates. He's coming back. He's going to keep coming back until you do what needs to be done to actually put him down permanently. And they got an idea for what this is, and they find the right stuff. And so the first thing to destroy it. So they destroy it, and and they got to figure out how to get out. And they, like the first team, figured out an idea, and it's all based on die rolls. Is it going to work or not? And it works. Make it out. So all in all, the game was, I thought, a success. There was no real issues. Everybody seemed to have a good time and playing, and the players got out. Wasn't too much sanity loss, lots of ones and twos, but that's about it. But it's a demo, so you don't want to ruin anybody's day. But there's one opportunity in there for someone to pick up. I think it's a temporary insanity, so you lose 5 or more points. So at least that option, that ability or chance is in there. Just only once kind of deal. Well, once for each player. So that's how things go. But that's my Call of Cthulhu, the Necropolis game from GenCon 2018.